This happened to me personally, and to this day, it's the only truly creepy thing I've ever experienced. It was right after we finished sophomore year. A bunch of us, maybe 20, including a few teachers, went on a camping trip to a state park a little over an hour out of town. It was one of those end-of-the-year things, a mix of celebrating and just getting away for a couple of nights. The place was nice, a clearing by a lake, plenty of space for tents, and a hiking trail leading into the woods. We spent the day swimming, grilling, playing frisbee. A few guys snuck some beer in, nothing crazy, just normal teenage stuff. By the time it got dark, we were all around the fire telling ghost stories, trying to one-up each other. You know how it goes. One person starts with some urban legend, then another adds some local story they heard from an older cousin. After a while, the mood got just tense enough that every little sound in the woods felt suspicious. Eventually, people started heading to their tents. A few of the guys walked off toward the trees to pee before turning in. I was crawling into my sleeping bag when they came running back, wide-eyed and out of breath, freaking everybody out. They were talking over each other, but this is what I pieced together. They'd been just a little past the tree line when they saw someone. Just a figure, half hidden behind a tree, peeking out. At first, they figured it was one of us messing with them. They yelled at the person, trying to call them out. But instead of answering, the figure just pulled back behind the tree. Then a second later, it peeked out from the other side. Same movement, same distance. Just weird. The guys started getting an uneasy feeling and told whoever it was to knock it off. But then it happened again. And again. And then they realized that every time the figure reappeared, the face was higher up the tree. By the last time they saw it, the face was at least 15 feet off the ground. The tree was tall and bare up to the canopy. No branches, nowhere to climb. There was no way for anyone to be up there. That's when they bolted back to camp. At first, a lot of us thought they were just screwing with us, trying to keep the ghost story vibe going. But their faces said otherwise. They looked genuinely freaked. So, of course, instead of being smart about it, we all grabbed flashlights and marched over to check it out. We didn't get too close, but we saw it. Or something. A pale blur shifting behind the tree trunk. It moved. Low to the ground 1 second, then much higher the next. Too fast, too smooth. A couple of the girls started crying. One of the teachers told us all to get in the cars right now. We didn't argue. We packed up in record time, cramming into the vehicles and speeding off, leaving the tents behind. No one talked much on the drive back. We didn't even go back for our stuff until 2 days later in broad daylight, and even then we went in a group. Nothing was disturbed except one tent which had been slashed open down the side. No signs of animals, no tracks, nothing.